All right, guys, we're gonna take the DT50 out for a little summertime stroll here. 165 pounds, very light. Kind of maneuver these things around, which is kind of cool. Shut the garage here. Oh, that looks pretty good. One thing I love about these things, well, when they're running right, they just start right up. Now, what I have noticed about these bikes is if the pilot's dirty, then you're gonna have a lot of problems. So if you've got a DT50 and you have to like push start it constantly, that's because the pilot jet is really dirty and well, just clogged, right? So the pilot jet actually has this like tiny little orifice. It's absolutely just minuscule. And what tends to happen with those guys is that they get clogged up real easy. It's one of the smallest pilots I've ever seen in my life. So once you unclog them, they'll just, bike will start up like nothing. This bike actually for years it didn't kickstart. Like when I had it in the early 90s, would not kickstart. So I kind of learned clean that pilot jet. So I'm just kind of getting my camera a little bit together here. It's a little bit earlier than when I normally go. You can see it's not 100% like dark, but I am running the new headlight, so hopefully you guys will see a little difference. Now I'm not ripping her. I want her to warm up a little bit. I always watch the temps here. So the new headlight is legit, and if you guys missed that video, I went ahead and I did a full install on it. And as y'all probably saw in the video, there was like a little bit of flickering, but now you can see there's no flickering. What I noticed is, and I actually wrote Octane Lighting, and they said that there's a little, in the decoder, I guess there's some sort of a program that when it gets to a certain voltage, it stabilizes. And it's a 6 volt, but I suspect that the DT50 is putting out maybe a little less than 6 at some point, like 5.9 at idle. And because of that, you may have just less volts, so it's flickering. But if we were at like a true 6 or above, there's no flicker. So it's just something with the DT. And I mean, for a for a 6 volt, that's really good. Now you notice she's bogging a lot. So, on these bikes, you pretty much have to rip them if you're going to get them going. They're only 50 cc's. So I've kind of considered like maybe trying a 70 cc upgrade. There's a guy I know that he's basically got some bored out cylinders, which, the stock cylinder, if you can keep the stock cylinder, that's usually the best way to go. because that stock cylinder has the best port timing and everything else. I think a lot of those other cylinders people just don't like very much, and I'm not sure of the brands, but whatever those things are, they just don't generally like them very much, the aftermarket ones. So we'll see. I mean, it'd be great to have a little more power, but you know, it's something fun about just keeping it stock. And you know, it's like a 125. I mean, as long as you keep it on the pipe, you're pretty good. Just on the pipe is like 6,500 to 8,000 RPM, but it's fun. So yeah, we got the new headlight. I can't really watch the video right now because this is recording, but it definitely seems a good bit lighter to me, and I think the cars definitely see me a lot better, so I like that. As you can see, we got a lot of hills, so a lot of this is just me upshifting a whole bunch. You know, it's one of those things where on this bike there's just a ton of upshifting, and this is third, and it just falls on its face after third. So, but you know, I mean, come on, I'm about 180 pounds or so, and it's a little 50, so I'm not going to expect to go up a big hill in fourth. Third is about right. I have lowered the gearing a bit, so it's all good. And my temps are nice, so you know, don't forget, you know, more cc's, more displacement. You have a single radiator on the right side, then you're going to need, you know, you're going to need better cooling. You're going to need a lot of stuff. So I'm kind of one to just enjoy her as she is. You know, the thing about it is, and I look at it this way, if I've got something I can just putt around with and have some fun, I mean, why not? You know, why mess with a good thing, right? It's kind of my thinking. So easy. All right. Just turn off the gas. Actually, we'll leave that on. I did fix the float. Just sit here for a minute. Relax. So, how was your week? How was your weekend? It's Sunday here, so we're going to be heading out of town. So I'm just kind of chilling out a little bit. We've got a tropical storm coming in, Beryl, I guess it's called. So it's a little cooler now. We've got a property by the beach though, so we've been watching that a little bit. And hopefully everything will be all right. But yeah. In motorcycling news, not much to report other than I've been riding this bike a lot. I have not been out to Papa Mike's where I go riding. There's a video of me on the YZ250X, you know, going out there and riding. I haven't been out there. Mostly I've been super busy. Well, I was super busy with a build, the CR build, the 500, and then got busy with this and didn't really take much time to go ride, which sucks. Because I really want to ride that YZ250 again. And it's just such an awesome bike. Really fast, and that track is great. So I want to get to do that. But unfortunately, my wonderful web guy from my real business, not that this is a business, but my real work, gave notice. So I have to find another person to do that. And before that, we have to convert everything over from the way they've been doing everything, which is through like some specialized PHP coding, to something anybody else can do, which they're going to do for me. Thank goodness. But you know, that's a big deal for a business with all the property assets we have online, like I have. So, anyways, big deal, big deal. But you know, like anything, like working on a bike, man, I always say you take one thing and try to do the best you can with that one thing, and then just go forward, right? And take it bite by bite. Don't let it overwhelm you. You can do just about anything. So I'm gonna try something real quick here. I want to see if this is. It's a little brighter. It's kind of weird when I have that little. I have kind of like a special cutoff switch, and when I actually turn off the cutoff switch, meaning I cut off the power to the 6-volt battery, my headlight's actually brighter, which is kind of weird. I wonder if that would do away with the flickering. Let me see. So I have now disconnected the battery itself, but I still see the flickering. Let me see. Eh, kind of, maybe not that bad. Let me see if I turn it on again. Okay, that looks more flickery. So I don't know. That's weird. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll just leave it running. It's probably all right. This is the little battery. Funny thing is, like, I didn't even know, right? I did not even know that DT50s had batteries. That's how little I knew about this bike. It was just like, I rode it around. And then I didn't realize that on the other side of the airbox or shock was a battery. And I was like, well, what is that? I just learned that recently. So yeah, first gear is like super low. It's crazy. You know, it's like the lowest gear. But I mean, it has decent torque because, you know, if you need to, you know, be going up hills and stuff, might as well do it in this gear. So, you know, why not? So, yeah. I'm in second right now. Riding on the sidewalk in the neighborhood. Yeah. A lot of torque in second. I mean, I'll be honest. It's got a great bit of torque, which is good for a 50. I mean, kind of where I like the lower gearing. And third, there is a big difference. I can see that third definitely, there's a massive difference in the gear ratios. So, but all in all, it's been a lot of fun. And away we go. All it takes is a little stab of the clutch. Now, if you guys have a stock DT50, you got to tell me whether or not these bikes stock will rev past about 8,500. I am still convinced that my main jet is not correct. Like, I've either got too big a main or too small a main. I would err on the side of my main is I would err on the side that my main is too big, and then you go a little smaller because of all the spooge, but can't really say. Yeah, I may have the, oh, look at that. I may have the battery off. That's why I'm losing, let me see. Yeah, I had it off, actually. Let me see. Yeah, so I just figured out what the extra battery does. So what the extra battery does is when you put on the turning light like this, it doesn't drain the headlight. So it lets the headlight have a little more juice, if you will, which is a good thing. So that's what the extra juice from the battery does. So when you hit like the auxiliaries, like for example the turn lights, you don't lose the power. Now I primarily rode this bike off road for like 4 years in the 90s. So I didn't even know, well, I knew they were kind of like street legal, but I didn't really know much. You know, I was just rode it around. As y'all know the story if you watched the first video. So this is the school that my kids went to. Now they're getting bigger. So, yep. It's a nice quiet night in Austin, Texas. So, I've been riding this thing more than any other bike I've got. Partly because it's just so easy to get on it and ride it. And then once it's 100% street legal, boy, it's going to be really easy to ride. She looks good. You know, the thing I want to do is finish polishing this thing. I got pretty far, but honestly, I didn't get it to glass, and you can see in some parts I was really close, but it's such a small piece. And when you're using like the Prime MX plastic, you know, polishing star, oh, that's what I lost. I knew I heard something when I pulled out, and it was this piece. All right, I'm gonna have to go look for that. Yeah, what I had done was I had cracked this one time, and in cracking it, it came out. So I'm gonna have to go find that on the way home. Well, that is sucky. I'll find it. Hopefully nobody runs over it. It's a little square piece. Got them on Amazon. It's not a big deal. Always something. But anyway, I got really close to getting this super polished, and then I kind of stopped because the star wants to grab these little, you know, indentions and areas that are cut and then whack this thing and throw it across the room. So not a fun thing. All right, so with that, let's go home and get my little reflector piece. When I pulled out, I heard something hit the road, and I kept thinking, what was that? I should probably go back and look, and it was the reflector piece. So, you know, it's always something. Hopefully I'll find it. I'm sure I will. And luckily it's not OEM, because, well, that's probably impossible to find. Pull this up just a bit. Sorry, guys. You can feel that power come on. I don't know why all the lights are off at the school, but they are. Maybe they're trying to save electricity. And I only got up to about 30 miles an hour, if that. So it really feels like you're flying. Like the whole world's going to blow up. So I may still try, you know, the lower gear, the taller gearing. We'll see. I say that every time. But all in all, for, you know, where I am and the elevation changes, I really like it. So let me know if you guys are watching the video, any content y'all want to see. I know there's a lot of stuff I could do, obviously. With all the bikes that I have the potential of sharing on the channel or doing some, you know, like testing on, man, I'd love to get all of them out. Once my kids are done with school, maybe earlier, we're not sure, we're going to move somewhere with a little bit more land, and then I can run everything whenever I want. It's a little hard in a neighborhood, which is one of the reasons I was pretty excited about this little street legal two-stroke that I had. Yeah, that little right, she just fell on her face, little poor girl. Yeah, it just, with these things, man, you just got to stay in the roads. You can see the difference now. This is a little bit of a descent, though, so it's easy for her. Now I'm going uphill a little. Just a hodgepodge of ups and downs here. But, you know, now I don't even remember what the old light looked like. It just seems pretty darn good. You know, like this is perfect. So I think it's good. I feel like I can see really well. I don't see much of a difference between high and low, honestly, but I just leave it on high. There's nothing like riding a bike. I don't care what it is, 50 cc's or whatever. It's just so much fun. You know, it's just that little bit of time. Hell, I even say a jet ski or anything else. It's that little bit of time when, yeah, nothing really matters, man. You just enjoy yourself. Be outside and feel the wind. And as I was saying, I mean, there's something to be said about something that just works, you know? You can modify these things. You watch those guys in Portugal, I mean, they, wow, they just do crazy stuff. But at the same time, I've got wickedly fast bikes that I can't ride anywhere. Oh, nice. She kept accelerating up that little hill. That was good. Never done that before. All right, we're almost home, boys. We're going to look for that piece. Hopefully no one ran over it, but it's possible. On the way back, this light might be my... Hey, Froggy. Oh, man. I got to save that toad. I think he'll be all right, though. If he can get across the street. All right, let's look for my piece here. Should be a little orange reflector. And I heard it fall. Just need some crazy glue to glue it back. It's like right around here. It's funny, it made it through like two or three rides that I did. Actually, way more, 3 or 4, and there it is. Oh, there it is. You'll see that? There it is. There it is. All right. Well, mission accomplished. There she is, right there. So we'll put that back and glue her up. And then we are none the worse for wear. Huh. This snaps in pretty hard. I'm not sure how that came out. I'll glue it anyway. All right, boys. Thanks for watching, helping me find this. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.